What's one of y'all favorite memories together? What's the first thing that come to mind?
We had the biggest motherfucking do a big show. Man, I handled all that shit. So we had Rick Ross, T-Pain, Plies. We just had a big ass show, man, middle fucking San Antonio. And so this is why I think we're still gonna move somewhere, because he trusted me into just run with it. And we lost a lot of money because of the people he was fucking with at the time, and I couldn't really do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? It was his money, fuck it. But I made that shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Early in the morning, grinding. Let's go.
So what's that drive for you?
My drive is just coming from nothing, man. Just, he knows my family. We came from a ranch in Mexico, you know, now we're here, you know what I'm saying? I think some of my, I used to cook for him, my mom used to cook for him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was some like, this motherfucker be like, yeah, I want to go to your house, man, I want to eat some fish, I want to eat some fucking tacos, you know, like, it was we integrated our cultures, and he knew the Mexican culture, so I think it was both of us just going like, all right, cool. Like,
so the dog never had a chance to get Keith, but this day he did. So one time Keith was trying to jump the gate. I can't remember what he was on, or he was doing some shit. I had to call him over or something. He was coming over to fuck with us. And he was like, nah, he got good. He ain't tripping. Keith was like, man, that dog was getting me. He didn't think it was gonna do nothing, but shit, caught him on that gate. Trying to get him, Cujo style. Yeah.
Keith, what was the most unexpected worst thing that ever happened in your life and made an impact that made you want to change your life?
That's a good question. I would say probably when shit, I almost lost my life.
Yeah. That would change somebody's life. That would change it. And how did you overcome that?
Well, shit. First I gotta tell you, like, not tell a story, but I guess what threw me for a loop was the fact of it being some older homeboys from my neighborhood. I'm from Skyline.
Yeah.
It was some older homeboys, you know what I mean? And I at least expected it because we from the same neighborhood, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and not to go in depth, but the guy, one of the shooter, I guess what threw me for a loop was the shooter, the one that actually pulled the trigger. I was dealing with him when I was involved in the wrong things, and he was up, you know what I mean? He was eating, so I least expected it to happen, you know what I mean? Like, he eating, I'm eating, but one of the people that he look up to, that's from the neighborhood, I guess
he wanted you out.
I guess, yeah, basically like called the shot. You know, it was more sneaky. Like they was trying to sneak me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it threw me for a loop because it was
premeditated.
It was pretty smart on how they plotted it out, but I don't think they know how smart I am.
Didn't expect
from me analyzing the situation. So the reputable dude from the neighborhood tell the dude that's up under him that's actually getting money to come hit me. So if they plot would have went through, the blame would have been all on the dude that pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. They what happened was we all on the block, 4300 block Skyline. It's me, my bro P, my bro Doug, and then my cousin Dana, her husband was right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I probably had like $10,000 in my pocket. I had my diamond watch on, and we just sitting out there having a good time. The crazy thing about it, this specific day, I didn't have my fire on me. I always keep that burner on me. I didn't have my gun on me. Nobody had my homeboys didn't have their straps on me. So when they pull up, they hop out the rental car. When they hop out the rental car, they approach. When they approached, the reputable dude from the neighborhood, he started talking to me. Me and him started chopping up or whatever. And the other dude, the actual shooter, he walks up to my kinfolk, like I said, my cousin Dana, her husband at the time, her ex-husband, and they take his necklace. They take the necklace right off the dude's neck. Yeah. So when dude take his necklace off, we tense up like, bro, like, cause we allowed him to come out to the neighborhood to get money with us. So he's a part of what we got going on. So we like, nigga, like, if you smash him, we gonna back you. Mm-hmm. The nigga was scared. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was a part of the plan to throw me off.
Yeah.
He scared. My cousin Dana going off on dude like, bitch ass nigga, get my husband back his necklace, and I'm gonna call my brother, woo woo woo.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like, what the hell? So the reputable dude get the necklace and give it back to bruh. Bruh scared, man. And right when the reputable dude give the chain back to my kinfolk ex-husband, not the other guy, he goes in his gym shorts, draws the Tech 9, and he's probably as closest to me as you are.
Yeah. And
he draws it to my chest and he pulls the trigger. So instantly my bro Dub stayed next door to my grandma's house.
Yeah.
And parents, they like, man, Keith, he trying to shoot you. I didn't jump or nothing because I at least expected it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when Keith, he trying to shoot you, then my bro Pete took off running to go get the strap. So I said, nah, y'all trip. Right when I said, nah, y'all that's all I got out. He drew it back down and he pulls it back up. When he pulled it back up, he pulls the trigger again and it jams. But right when he pulled the trigger, I instantly thought I was hit. I got a little body, so if that's a big gun, it would have tore me apart. Yeah. It wasn't my time.
No.
So what I learned about that situation was it was more than, it wasn't even it wasn't a robbery, because it's like if you were trying to rob me, you would have been like, hey, let me get what you got. So this reputable dude wanted me out the way. He wanted me out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing my thing, but like I showed love. So I always see stuff on TV about your neighborhood, the people that you look up to or been, came up around or whatever. When you have success, they wanna kill you, man. You know what I'm saying?
This eye-opening experience for you, this experience in life that you had. The question I want to know is, did it make you, and did it change you about how you looked at your so-called homies?
Yes, it did. It actually did. Like now it's like I'm out, I'm successful, I made it out the hood. I guess what throws me for a loop right now, like, just make me like, damn, these niggas don't know how smart I am. Some of my homeboys that actually knew what went down, they be like, man, come to the neighborhood, or why you don't come out here no more? And some of them associate with the guys that actually tried to end my life. Mm-hmm. So it makes me kind of look at them like, oh, like, you just don't know how smart I am. What the goal is to make it up out the hood. You know what I mean? Why am I gonna go back to the hood? Don't get me wrong, I slide through, see family, people I deal with. I don't have to let people know how I move, when I move, or when I'm gonna pop up.
Yeah.
And that's that street mentality. I always play defense. Not just that, like, how can I say it? Like, what's the best way of saying it? Like, I see shit different. You know what I mean? Like, anybody that say, why he don't, like, everybody that's in the hood don't want to be in the hood. If they had it to get out the hood, they wouldn't be in the hood. Exactly. So all that other shit they be talking about, oh, this the hood, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I held resentment from that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wound up going to federal prison. I mean, think about, I wound up getting jammed up right after the situation. So the feds was already watching me. So if I would have did bro in, because I mean it was on site.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I would have did bro now, I mean, I would have had another case.
Yeah.
And I had to act on it because they tried to take my life, man.
Yes.
So I wound up going to federal prison. I held resentment. I always said when I see this dude, it was up. More so the dude that called the shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell you how the universe worked and how I was tested. I do time. I started doing my time, and some of the guys that know me all the way into my release, I always spoke about this shit, this situation. When my last prison, my last stop, I went to Montgomery, Alabama, Maxwell Air Force Base, and I kind of forgave that situation. Talked about the situation, the drug program, and all that type of stuff. They sent bruh to the prison I was at. Dude from my neighborhood, reputable dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm watching Love of Hip Hop. Monday, barbershop closed. I have my routine where I work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got my weight up. You know what I mean? I 110, 120 pounds. Before, no, 110, 120 pounds
Yeah.
before I left. Shit, I'm $150, $160. So, you know, I'm doing my thing. I'm watching Love of Hip Hop. And I want to say, bro, from H-Town, Goodo, and a dude from Louisiana. We had a bus come in. This is how I know I understood my transition. I understood my purpose. I understood that, you know, I bettered myself. They came and got me. I had my slides on. They was like, hey, bro, bus came in. Dude, it's a dude that say he's from your neighborhood. You want, you know, can we come get you? I had just left Bastrop, you know what I mean? I remember talking to bruh from the rigs, Jeremiah, about the situation, man. Shout out to Jeremiah. That's he's solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, they called me. Hey, you got a dude from he say from Skyline. Woo. So I'm like, what? Ain't nobody from Skyline up in here. I'm like I said, I'm in my slides. As soon as I walk out the door, bruh, right there. So, being honest, the resentment came back. Yeah. So when I see bruh, I'm like, man, I'll be right back. Boop. I walk in. They people that actually fuck with me from, you know, everywhere. I'm the barber. Yeah. Everybody. I'm a good person. I ain't broke no bridge with nobody. Where you going, man? You just left. Nah, bro. I'm finna go lace up my shoes. Boop. As I'm going up there to put on my shoes, I'm thinking about the situation. How should I handle this? Because my mind then went to that back to resentment. Like, man, I need to handle this shit. But then on the other hand, I'm saying, damn, if I do, bruh, they're gonna send me back behind the fence, behind the wall. When you doing federal time, you trying to work your way down to where there's no violence, and I had worked my way down to where I'm at. You know, I can really actually move and not, you know what I mean, not worry about the riots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I went, put on my shoes, walked out, talked to him, asked him, you know, did he need anything? He said he did because he was waiting for his property. We from the same neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So don't, you know, I ain't trying to lose you. So I said, man, I'm gonna get you that stuff. Let's walk the track. You know what I mean? So we walked the track. I'm looking at the ceiling, the lights, because on each light they have cameras. Yeah. So I'm trying to get to a spot where ain't no cameras. And he telling me all the stuff that's going on in the neighborhood, shit that I didn't miss. Because at that time I had been gone like 8.5 years. You know what I mean? I think he had been gone 3 years. I don't know. Yeah. So as soon as we get to a secluded spot where no camera, after he kept talking, I spent on mid-sentence, like, say, bro, like, what's that shit you pulled? What was that shit you tried to pull in the neighborhood? To make a long story short, dude downplayed the situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I just kind of, like, left it alone. I forgave him. You know what I'm saying? But going back to the beginning of the question, your question is, I mean, going back to the beginning of the question, that's how I look at situations. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like.
So, Out of all this that didn't happen, what's the most thing that you are the most grateful for?
My transition.
Yeah.
To learn how to let stuff go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To let people make it. You know what I mean?
That's deep.
You know, I got out. He wound up getting out. I ran into him at Didi house. RP Didi, man, good person.
Yeah, Didi.
He's like family, man. I've been knowing him since a child. And they was having a balloon release for Dutz. And I seen him there, and you know, he spoke, and I spoke. You know, I'm a respectful person, but I don't let them walk up on me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear you.
Like I don't let people just walk up on me. You know what I mean? Like, and it's sad because like I said, it threw me for a loop. Like, that's how that's how somebody was able to get close to me. You know what I mean? Like, anybody from up, I'm not saying I'm untouchable, but like, if like other people that's not from my neighborhood, I can say you really don't have a chance because we pay attention to everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We play defense, but for it to be one of my own, it threw me for a loop, man. It fucked my head up because I was slipping and I almost lost my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be a Most High because I've been in situations where I was on the other end of a stick, and the gun ain't gonna jam twice. It might jam once, but it ain't gonna jam twice. That gun jammed twice, bro.
For a reason.
And I'm here.
Yeah. Yo, the thing with you, I'm asking, what would be your motivation, your quote to tell these youngsters today about what went on back then and for what not to do, what not to do. Give them motivation to not end up how you ended up, how you made it out.
Don't let nobody control you.
Yeah, deep.
Especially when it don't feel right, when it don't seem right, when you thinking about it and you analyzing it, it's not marinating right.
So basically, you telling youngsters when you second guessing yourself, you go with that instinct. You don't. If you second guess yourself about you not wanting to do it, then why you gonna do it anyways? Basically, what you said.
Yeah, I mean, my advice to them is, man, to don't let nobody control them. You know what I mean? Especially when it don't seem right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I got hate from certain individuals from where I'm from. They can't control me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And don't nobody know, like, Skyline is divided, bro. Like, it's like 5 different groups. I'm from Waldo, you know what I mean? 4300. So I had my own group, and we wasn't no gangbangers.
Shout out to 43.
You know what I'm saying? We wasn't no gangbangers. We was hustlers. We was getting money.
Yeah.
We dealt with other neighborhoods on some getting money stuff. You know, shout out to the Sticks, man. They embraced me. You know what I mean? Like Rocky, Re-Rock, Love Rocky.
Yeah.
Fat Boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anytime I was going through some bullshit from my neighborhood, as soon as I pull up in the Sticks and I seen Fat Boy would be like, my nigga. And he just gave me that energy to keep going. And these are people not from my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Willie Courts, Peanut, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Corey Good from the East Terry, that's my brother. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
You know,
the knowledge you kicking now and people seeing how good you doing now since you done came home from prison. You've been home about 4 years since it be 5 now. You know, you done got your mobile bar off the business. You done successfully did a food truck.
I've been home 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years since it be 5 now. You done successfully did a food truck. You got your 2 barber businesses, and now you opening up this recording studio, B&E. I mean, the things you doing is amazing. Can you tell them how to move and how to make that goal happen, how to make their dreams happen? Because it just don't happen overnight.
The food truck is not mine. It's for my mom. Stay consistent, stay dedicated, and don't let nobody distract you. Don't let nobody discourage you, because you're going to always have people telling you should do it this way, that way, when you got to pay attention to how they moving and what they got, what they accomplished. So, I mean, never get big-headed, remain humble, but also understand that there's going to be people that's going to come around and tell you that, you know, give you their criticism, you know what I mean? But you got to go with your plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the record studio, the recording studio is coming up. How would you tell these young kids about motivating themselves, putting their anger in the music instead of fighting and shooting?
Say that again.
How would you tell these young kids, like when they trying to come up and be rappers, and you got this new studio coming out, how to put their energy and anger into music instead of going out there shooting and killing each other?
It's hard for me to answer that question because everybody thinks different. But like when it comes to being a black man, I just feel like we already at odds. You know what I mean? Everybody against us. We against each other. And shit, man, we dying, man. Mass incarceration.
Yeah.
Diseases.
Yeah.
And black on black violence. And then we have other people other races that don't like us. They see us not liking each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know?
With all the stuff that the news been showing, what's going on with our black community or our black men, now it's our black women. What kind of impact you think you've made so far to motivate young kids and kids in general, people in general?
Sharing my movement. A guy that came from nothing. You know what I mean? When I say nothing, you know, single household, didn't have no father figure, nothing was handed to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the story is gonna be unique because I didn't have no silver spoon. Ain't nobody put me on. I put myself on. I didn't graduate. I dropped out of school. I don't have them certifications, diplomas, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I did it. I made it, and I made myself a self-made, leader.
Yeah.
Without them credentials. So in this world, they say you got to have a diploma. They say this. I'm showing you something different. I'm showing you that you don't need that to be a boss or to be a leader. All you have to have is knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. The last question I want to ask you, Mr. Keith, your biggest accomplishment in your life, besides your children, besides the people that you done blessed in your life, besides the people you done made happy, your biggest accomplishment to yourself and for the world, what would that be?
My kids, talking to them about things that I wasn't talked to about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at my uncles and none of that. You know what I mean? The ones that actually dealt with me because they wasn't taught right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What else? My kids, teaching them something that I wasn't taught, showing them how to be self-made, showing them how to, become their own entity. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Man, that was good, and everything you said was pure facts. You a good dude, you a good man, and I'm glad you home and you doing right. But it was nice talking to you, and that's Keith Meadows, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome.